welcome anyone who's here. My name is David. I am the creator of Backpage Comics and also this series that we're talking about today, Drawing Conclusions, where I review a movie or TV show or something and draw a character from that. So if you're new here, we do videos. I do mostly drawing videos on my YouTube channel, and they all tie to either comic book characters that I like or my original characters for Backpage Comics. Looking forward to putting out more videos like this in the future, but with that said, let's begin today. So if you haven't known by the title card, we're going to be talking about the 2017 Power Rangers movie. While I did see it when it came out initially, I was planning to do a review of that, but I was unable to do so. It was just time and also financial situation here, but we do what we can. You may hear me tapping on the screen as I'm drawing, so just heads up with that. So let's get underway. So with the Power Rangers 2017 movie, if you don't know, is the retelling of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers saga. It introduces new information exclusive to the movie, as opposed to and kind of does like almost like a reboot. I'd definitely say with the whole run around body that really on screen, as opposed to saying say that they have attitude, but really they're like these goods that will always do whatever needs to be done as far as volunteering and things like that. Role model. But yeah, I really like the characterization and the the conflicts that characters each have. We have Saban with Kim. We have looking up to his potential with Jason. We have just straight out there. He always has and doesn't make pictures and then because he ended up to digs for a very long time, or for a while before his father died. But it's all very back because he usually who is and find out later that she may be bisexual or that she's been treated with her parents, treated by her parents as an outcast, currently being judged, which her attitude, obviously you're gonna push back against your parents. So I really liked her characterization. It wasn't like beat you over the head, let's have her make out with everybody who as opposed to and just like a mention of it, but not a whole like, hey, it's right there in your face, which is okay. I mean, but I really liked it. I hope you guys did. I'm the reason I'm doing the video right now, the review, is because what I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about that, but also talk about the possibility of a sequel, which is something that was brought up earlier this week regarding Hasbro. Hasbro now owns the rights to Power Rangers since Saban sold it. So we're kind of trying to figure out the characters, figure out what could possibly be the sequel here. I know the original movie did a good job of kind of like setting up for a sequel, but ultimately it's really up to the I hope that Saban or Hasbro at the time pursue a sequel. And if you don't know, I'm just drawing Jason from the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger era, getting it as close to that original Mighty Morphin look as possible. And yeah, but overall, I think the movie's not perfect. There are some complaints with it, which are justified. Apparently, Krispy Kreme spent a lot of money on product placement, and so they became part of the plot, if you will. If you haven't seen the movie already, I definitely would recommend checking it out for further information about what I've said. But if you have seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm just working on what I'd like to do moving forward with these live streams, kind of do something similar to that. And this is kind of an experiment with the series. You know, I did a review of Lara Croft Tomb Raider, or the new Tomb Raider movie, a couple of months back, doing this drawing conclusion style. But I'm curious to know what you guys think of it, because ultimately it's up to fans to as to where I go with this. You know, I really do like drawing. And I like movies, so I figured combine the two. Sure. Regardless of acting, these friend who gained a lot of Breaking Bad. Hal in the middle. So voice one of the actually he did voice work for the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. So he is back, but now he is the voice and face of Zoran. And the Zoran effect is actually a lot better than what's on the TV show. The TV show is kind of like a glass jar and a bully face, kind of out of sync with to show him out of sync with reality, with the reality that he's in, because he's quote unquote stuck in time warp. With the Cranston Zordon, we have like a more almost technological way of providing that character. So you have like these like push pins, you know, like you had the push pin toy where it'll make a mold based off of whatever you push against it, you know. You know what I'm talking about. There, if you don't, I'm sure Google will help you. But it's a really cool effect. Alpha 5, voiced by Bill Hader, who is you know Bill Hader. I really liked him on Saturday Night Live, and really like his storylines, you know, his comedy, brand comedy, and helping out. He helps out South Park every now and then. So I like to see people like that continue on, and you know, as Alpha, he is funny and kind of annoying at the same time. But you know that was Alpha. Alpha 5 from the original series was a little annoying. So they kind of kept true to that. So one thing I really and also with when it comes to the bad guy, Power Rangers is known for its crazy villains, and no one's crazier than Rita Repulsa. Played by Elizabeth Banks. If you haven't seen Pitch Perfect, if you haven't seen Scrubs, if you haven't seen a bunch of other stories, I think she's in a couple gun movies before Guardians. She's she's I don't know if she's in a different movie, but she knows what she wants to project as Rita in this movie, and she really gets kind of the mad evil witch idea from the evil witch idea comes across Gold to summon Goldar, which is different. Goldar is different than he was in the series. Goldar was a dumb, almost winged monkey kind of character, or dog-like in appearance as well. And in the movie, he's a giant cool monster, which is a giant cool monster that will destroy things with Rita, and really interesting and funny things. You could go, make my monster grow and all that fun stuff in the original series, which I really liked. I really liked nods like that, where you kind of acknowledge the versus like throwing it out completely and not having anything to do with the original concept. Some movies do that to their detriment, and needless to say, I'm not a big fan of that. Right now, I'm just kind of drawing Jason right now from the original Mighty Morphin characters, just to kind of keep my mind focused on the movie now. I'm not looking at the chat. I do apologize if you guys are chatting in there. It doesn't look like it. But yeah. And so about the sequel, when it comes to Hasbro and all that, I have a couple ideas as to what I would like to see, because there's always as a writer and comic creator, there's always what you would like to see versus what the movie would be. But what I would like to see is more of the backstory between. One of the things that I forgot to mention. Rita and Zordon were Rangers before she turned evil. She turned on her team, and that's why Zordon is stuck in this kind of like limbo state. So I would like to see a little bit more of the development or even the exploration of the backstory between those two characters, and seeing what things were like before then, what if anything could have been done to prevent her from turning evil, because Elizabeth Banks does play her up as if she's just evil for evil's sake, but I kind of like the idea of she's evil, but could there have been a something that could have prevented her from turning fully evil, you always see stories in the news of people who do bad things, and you want to make them you want to empathize with them, I guess, or sympathize with them to a point where you wonder if anything could have been done to stop them from doing such a horrendous thing. Get into explore that, but it's also I'm not 100% sure they would pursue that type of storyline. They kind of tease Tommy being part of the series, and one thing that was brought up, which would be interesting, is Tommy being a girl and being Green's love as her, because of her being that. And so I don't know, that would be interesting to see. There's a couple things I would like to see a little bit more of exploration in the relationships from Tommy, or between Tommy and Kim, and Tommy and Jason, and or even like the original Billy and Jason, and seeing if their friendship is still kind of strong after, because it's been almost about a year since the initial movie came out, and so this has change, especially over like a vacation. If we're coming back to school, if they have changed between Jason and Billy, or Buffy or Kim and it's a huge fan. Bill and Buffy, and kind of these whole points for changes in your life, like having to deal with a you know, monster could be a relationship monster. You know what I mean? Relationships can be scary. Just like monsters are scary, relationships can be scary too. So I figured, you know, that'd be an interesting way to push the series and make it a little bit more closer to a piece of fiction. I guess I'm losing train of thought here. Sorry, but I think you know what I'm saying. But it'd be fun to see. It'd be fun to see where everything would land a few years out. But time will tell. We don't know fully if Hasbro is committing to a sequel. The big thing that would happen over the weekend there, I believe, we might get a sequel. You know, just like we might get a Rocketeer sequel. That's actually for them. That's what that came out in the 90s, and so you know that's probably not going to happen. Well, it's make a sequel here, which again has out. But outside of that, so yeah, I mean, so we've got Jason here. We can start to merge these down. Okay. So we've been talking for about 20 minutes here, or I've been talking for about 20 minutes here. So the conclusion, any quote-unquote drawing conclusions part of things, is I really would recommend it. I would definitely want you guys to see this movie, just kind of at least get the experience of watching the movie. My own personal take on this is, you know, I'm always of the mind of try it out, see if you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know, nobody's going to have the same opinion. No opinion is wrong because it's an opinion. It's a point of view. You just want to make sure that, you know, if you had a good time, don't lie to yourself and say, oh, that was terrible, because everybody else in your friend group thought it was terrible. You know, if it was fun, it was fun. So I'm just gonna start off here now. Maybe a little construction I did with Jason. You gotta be respectful of his heart here. And so. And I'm curious about what people think of these kind of videos about reviews and also these live drawings. You know, if you are out there watching, please feel free to leave a comment. If you're watching on replay, please feel free to leave a comment. You know, I'm a nice guy, and I try to make sure that, you know, I'm putting out the quality content for you guys here on you. Normally it's on Twitch, but I did the initial YouTube center. I'd like to do better. Twitch just out, you know, actually, you know, the stream will see out there, and it won't suddenly disappear in a few days or anything like that. That's what I got YouTube versus Twitch. Okay. Move on to me. And one of the things I had wanted to do a few years back to kind of a Power Rangers homage through Backpage Comics. Not so much the actual Power Rangers story that itself, but more of a character analysis, you know, kind of like character development, like if they really did get these powers. And I think the 2017 movie does a good job of that, of kind of like, you know, I don't want this because it, the power could be considered a metaphor of their changing responsibilities from being just irresponsible kids to more responsible teenagers. So, I mean, I may be reading too much into it, but yeah, I mean, initially you don't want to be more responsible. You don't want to have more things to keep on, you know, pay for your own video games and things like that. Laundry, you know, you're getting to the point where you want to go out and make something real. That's scary. Actually, I'm multiple determined adult. I still have those kind of thoughts of this. Everything is scary. Change is always scary, but it's what you do with it, how you confront it. Do you just move on? Do you move on, or do you move forward? You know what I mean? Or the way you could put that is, do you just see change and just try to ignore it, or do you embrace the change and try to move forward and learn from it? That's what we're trying to communicate the thing, and so that ultimately any superhero media is about. It's about growing and changing and confronting things like taking responsibilities. These are being drafted in a war basically, and they can't tell anybody about it except their friends. They have teamwork. They have to get to know each other here because based off of the movie, at the very least in the 2017 movie, they're very disparate team. They're not in the same friend group. One doesn't know this one from that one. We meet Billy, Kim, and Jason in addition. Kind of the Rex Club situation there. We meet Zach and Trini at a construction site where Billy and Jason are hanging out. Doing some kind of that he does not, because he's dealing with them. He's being confronted by another part of life, so he needs to decide after he needs to her ring family. Kim needs to get over it there because she's just away from the responsibilities of her life and her life choices, and dealing with the guilt of cyberbullying and things like that. Lifestyle causes things. The kids that are chosen for this, to be Power Rangers, in the initial series were just like randos, but they have the power. At least in this, it doesn't feel as random, or at least it feels more like they have more of a responsibility.